This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hey there, hey there. It's Jeff Cutter Diver. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, April the 29th, in the year 1986, the NFL draft happened. And as you can probably see on that card, Bo Jackson was headed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa sucked. They had the #1 pick. And it looked good for Tampa. There were some key stars out there in the first round. But Tampa said, we need to take a running back and build around him. And guess who it was? Bo Jackson. So Tampa Bay got their guy, Bo Jackson, running back from Auburn. He was electrifying. He was scintillating. And all that. Tampa thought they got their man. Especially with the fact that, well, Atlanta went second and took Tony Casillas, a good nose tackle from Oklahoma. Houston took Jim Everett from Purdue, quarterback from Purdue. I don't know how Jim Everett lasted in Houston. I know he went to the Rams. I think the Oilers then traded him to the Rams later on. So yeah, he was picked 3rd overall by Houston. It was great. Houston, I think, wanted to help Warren Moon out. But unfortunately, the Oilers couldn't deal with the contract agreement. And so they traded his rights to the Rams. So that actually worked out against Houston and helped the Rams out. And then Indy took John Hand, 4th defensive end for Bama. Anthony Bell went to St. Louis, which was the Cardinals before Arizona got them. Anthony Bell from Michigan State. Other notable first rounders: Leslie O'Neal to the Chargers, defensive end. Good move. Keith Byers to Philly as a fullback. He was good. Detroit wasting their first round pick on quarterback Chuck Long of Iowa, who did not do so well in the pros. In the NCAA, he was great, but Detroit took a long approach, pun intended. Buffalo took Ronnie Harmon from Iowa, but he would move on better things. And Neil Anderson, running back from Florida, went to Chicago to replace the vulnerable Walter Payton. Now, the reason why I'm dealing with the 1986 draft is because of Bo Jackson being #1. But here's the thing. The 1986 NFL draft only had one Hall of Famer, and that was Charles Haley. But as is, the 86 draft, Bo Jackson was picked first. Jackson said that he would not play for Tampa if they drafted him, because he would refuse to sign with the team. Disputes with team owner Hugh Culverhouse intensified after Jackson was ruled ineligible to play college baseball because of the recruiting trip Culverhouse took. This angered Jackson, as Culverhouse assured him that the visit would not cause any NCAA violations, but it did. And both said that if Tampa drafted him, well, Tampa drafted him, he would play baseball. Of course, he couldn't play college baseball because of the... So anyway, Bo Jackson did not like Tampa at all. Now, it wasn't just the recruiting violation that ruined his baseball career, his college baseball career, that he had problems with. It was because of one certain thing. Hugh Culverhouse. As team owner, Culverhouse basically was what some owners are nowadays. Only in it for the bottom line. And the bottom line was that Culverhouse was trying to squeeze every penny out of the Tampa organization he could. And of course, Tampa was being run into the ground by Culverhouse and his cronies, if you will. So Bo said, no way. I'm not going to Tampa. So Tampa forfeited his rights and all that prior to the 87 draft, which was stupid. The stupid thing was that the Raiders took him in the 7th round after he went back into the draft. Oakland took him in the 7th round. I mean, LA Raiders, whatever, the Raiders. But the funny thing is, if he came back into the draft, how come teams, you know, didn't draft him and all that as a running back? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Houston wasted their first round pick, third overall, on Alonzo Highsmith. He was good for Miami in college ranks, but in Pro Bowl, not so much. Let's see, who else wasted? Well, Green Bay wasted their fourth pick on Brett Wood from Auburn. Minnesota took DJ Dozier, running back from Penn State, but he was good in the college ranks, but in the pro ranks, yeah, right. Kansas City took Paul Palmer from Temple. Okay, don't blame him for Temple, but that was a bust. San Diego took Rob Bernstein. Okay, that was a good pick. And San Francisco took Terrence Flagler in the first round from Clemson. Eek. So yeah, there were a lot of teams that wasted running back positions. And Bo Jackson was in the 7th round. And the joke was on the Bucks and the rest of the NFL is Bo would have a decent career with the Raiders. He would play football from October to January, and he would play baseball from April to October. The weird thing is that Bo Jackson was playing pro football in Los Angeles with the Raiders, and yet the Dodgers didn't pick up Bo's baseball rights. It was Kansas City, so Bo was playing in Kansas City. He could have played for the Chiefs and the Royals. That would have been funny. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, I'm Joe Diamond. I do.